Mubarakah Ibrahim, and I am, as I said earlier, the evil brainchild behind this idea of actually getting Muslim women together and getting them to move. I'm going to tell you, most people down this way don't know me, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about the history of the Fit Muslim Summit and about what I do. So I'm a personal trainer, and I own a personal training studio in New Haven, Connecticut, where I offer one-on-one personal training and outdoor fitness boot camp for women. I've been doing personal training for going on 10 years now, and I have owned a studio for 4. I've actually owned a physical location. Before that, I did in-home personal training where I went to women's houses and actually exercised with them in the privacy of their own home. And my idea for the Fit Muslim Summit, I was inspired to do them because I did them on a smaller scale in Connecticut. For several years, what I would do is I would rent the local community center, and we would have a swimming. I would lead an exercise class. We had a sister in the area who was a dietitian. I would have her give a class on eating and nutrition. And I would invite the sisters to come, and we just had one rule. You had to move. So we had games, but you had to bring Twister, not Scrabble. So everything, that was the most important thing. When I became a personal trainer, my goal in becoming a personal trainer before I started dealing with the general population was to get Muslim women to exercise. Because as Muslim women, we have a particular dilemma that non-Muslim women don't face. Non-Muslim women, they are constantly reminded about how they look. Not just in the images on the TV, but when they're walking by a store window, they notice how their shirt is fitting, they notice a couple of rolls here and there, and they think, even when they don't do nothing about it, oh, maybe I should start exercising to lose a little bit of weight. But as Muslim women, the whole purpose of our dress is to be loose enough so that we cannot show our shape. So we can literally put on our hijab and our clothes in the morning and go the entire day and not even think about the couple of rolls that we have until you get in the shower and you'll be like, oh, where'd that come from? almost sneak up on you because you don't think about it. So the important thing for us to do is to put it in front consciousness, not as a subconscious thing, because of the way we dress alone make us not think about how we look physically. And look, the way we look physically is not just about aesthetics. The way you look physically is a sign or a symptom of what is going on internally. And that is what we have to remember. My signature quote is, fitness is not a look, it's a state of being. Looking good is just a side effect. So you can be healthy and fit, and you don't have to be a size 8. The healthy and fit part is the more important part. You can definitely worry about how big your waist is, whether or not you can still fit in the same pants you fit in last year without having to fit in a little black dress for the holidays. So this is the dichotomy that we have, that worrying about our physical fitness is essential to our health. But for Muslim women, it's not as essential to what we wear when we go out in the street. So we have to make this an intentional effort in order for us to be physically fit. It's also very important, not just for ourselves, but for our families. Because as we become healthier and fit, we become better mothers, better daughters, better friends, better wives. We become better servants of Allah. Because if you think of Islam and what we're required to do as Muslims, Islam is not just a belief in an intangible God and we have to just sit around and just meditate all day. Just look at the 5 pillars of Islam. We believe in Allah, that's the base. But salat is a physical action. To fast is a physical action. To give sadaqah is a physical action. To make hajj is a physical action. Islam is a physical religion. And this is why there is a hadith where Abu Hurairah reported that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said that the stronger believer is more loved by Allah than the weaker believer when there is good in both. And the scholars of Islam, they explain this hadith because when you are physically strong, you can do more for Allah. You can do more for Islam. You can do more for the religion. You cannot serve Allah if you corrupt and you decay the very tool that He gave us to serve Him with, which is our bodies. So it becomes essential to your iman, to our Islam, that we take care of our physical bodies. We know that there is a difference. For people who are older or have certain disabilities as they get older, you can feel the physical difference from praying in the chair to actually be able to get in sujood. You know that it affects the way that you pray. Internally, there is a difference there. That doing things the way that Allah intended, for people who can't fast anymore, for whatever illness, you feel a difference in your Ramadan from when you can do the fast that Allah has prescribed and when you cannot. Even though we know when we are sick, we don't have to do this. But you feel the difference. And this is so important to every aspect of our lives as Muslims, that we continue to stay physically fit. What I think one of the main things that I'd like to get across with the Fit Muslim Summit is not just the importance of fitness, but also to encourage Muslim women to know that we don't have to do everything that the non-Muslims do in order to be physically fit. If you feel comfortable going in a co-ed gym, then alhamdulillah, you go into a co-ed gym. But if you don't leave your house, not a problem. You give me a 6-foot space and I'll give you sweat. Okay? You don't have to leave your house to be physically fit. Walking with your kids a half an hour a day can significantly change the way your body processes your food, process your insulin, the way your body pumps blood to your heart, just a half an hour a day. If you have a big house, walk around the living room. It doesn't matter if you're walking in the streets, it doesn't matter if you're walking on a treadmill, it doesn't matter how you move as long as you move. So that is how, inshallah, I hope that we all can take this theme, and it's such an important theme to me, and I think that it can be interpreted in so many good ways, that every summit and retreat that I have this year, we keep the same thing, revive. When we talk about revival, we're talking about re-establishing, re-initiating to the health that we had. So if you can think for a moment back when you felt like you had the most energy, when you felt the most self-confidence about your looks, when you felt you were inside an optimum state of health and well-being. It doesn't matter what age you are now, what state you are now, you can get back there. It may take a little longer. It may take a little bit more effort, but it is definitely possible. It doesn't matter. In general, my clientele in my studio ranges from 25 to 75. I have seen 25-year-old women who can't do a proper plank and 75-year-old women who can run a quarter mile without even huffing and puffing hard. It is all about how you take care of yourself, because age is just a number. It does not determine where you're going to be in your physical health. Wherever you are and wherever you want to be, if you set a goal for that, you can achieve that. That is what inshallah, I hope everybody takes back, that today is going to be the first day that you will revive yourself. So that's what I would like for you to tell me. So I would like you to tell me that today is going to be the first day.
It's going to be the first day
that I revive myself.
That I revive myself.
Yeah, I didn't say it like that.
Today is going to be the first day that I'm going to revive myself.
Today is going to be the first day.
It's going to be the first day